back to X Plays Fallout 3 Special. Todd Howard is Fallout 3's director, which I think means he takes credit for everyone's work and sleeps with models. At least that's what our director does. Whether or not that's true, Todd does know a thing or two about games.
What time is it? Game design time. What time is it? Never a late time. What time is it? Say his name time. It's Todd time, Todd time.
There are 3 rules that we develop our games by here at Bethesda Game Studios. Number 1, great games are played, not made. If you really try to follow a strict design on paper, your game may not end up the way you want. So we try to get everything we can in the game, play with it, change it, make it better. Number 2, keep it simple.
Our games are really, really big. They can get complicated sometimes.
We keep the rules for the player as simple as possible. They can understand it, and then all of that content can come together. Number 3, most important, define the experience. Try not to define your game by a list of features the game is going to have, but the experience the player is going to have. So this lets us weed out features that don't add to that experience and put in features and spend a lot of our development time on the features that really make that experience.
Intricate leveling systems are great for RPGs with swords and magic and silly quests, but they don't necessarily work with games that have first-person shooting. Somehow Fallout 3 seems to make it work, and here's how they do it.
Bethesda is known for making some of the deepest and longest-lasting role-playing experiences in the industry, but Fallout 3 has this award-winning developer taking a shot at creating a different type of RPG than they're used to.
One of the big things that Emil and Todd talked about from the very beginning was coming up, first of all, how are we going to do role-playing with guns? Because it's not the easiest thing in the world to do.
So one of the fascinating things that you've been able to do with this game is make a game that can be an RPG or it can be a shooter. How did you reconcile those two genres?
It was tough. We walked that line in our previous stuff between how actiony do we make it, how much we rely on your stats. We knew going into this that we were going to do some, first-person shooting, and then we wanted to do something more with role-playing and guns. You have the 7 main special stats: strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, luck. And then you also have 13 skills, which cover more the minute-to-minute actions you do in the game, like specific guns and lockpicking and sneaking. When you level your character up, obviously you get to pick what you want to be good at, and then you're not going to be good at the other things.
In what other ways can you level up your character?
So you obviously get experience points for killing people. Every time you discover a location in the world, you get experience points for finishing quests, doing things like successfully picking a lock or hacking a computer. And then once you level up, you get to spend those skill points. And so everything has a cause and effect. The more points you put into melee or energy weapons, the more damage you're going to be able to do, the more accurate you're going to be with those weapons. You continue to put all your points into lockpicking, but not combat, so you're not getting better at killing people, but you're able to break into places where you're getting really stupid powerful stuff, so that even though you're not as good at using them, they're so powerful that you're better at combat because you're getting access to resources you wouldn't have had otherwise. You also get to pick a perk, which is a really powerful way of further defining what kind of character do I want to play. You can use those to increase skills that you already have or give yourself new abilities. So for example, if you're playing as a female character, you can pick the Black Widow perk. And what that allows you to do is you do more damage towards men in combat, and every now and then when you're talking to certain guys, you get a special dialogue option that you wouldn't otherwise get.
What's a detail in the game that maybe the average gamer isn't going to notice, but you guys put a lot of work into or you're really proud of?
I'm really proud of how the leveling works, because we've been through it so many different ways in all the Elder Scrolls stuff. We try to balance it, so that if you're going to go one way or the other, everything is as balanced as possible, and no skill really trumps another. But it comes across in the game really well. I think that's really hard to get right. We'll see what everybody thinks, but we're feeling really good about how that came out.
When X Plays Fallout 3 Special returns, we show you how to blow stuff up good with VATS, as well as dive into the game's wholesome end-of-the-world style. Stay with us.